if there were literally hundreds, okay? If there were hundreds of these, this is the best you could come up with? A use?
If there were hundreds of these, you'd be going through all of them and be doing the exact same thing. Oh, well, is this all you got? You only got hundreds? You only got hundreds? There should be thousands. I guarantee you that is exactly what he'd be saying. And he'd still be saying they're not racist. He'd be looking at the N-word hundreds of times, be like, this isn't racist. I guarantee you. This Organized Chaos video is brought to you by Gems Art Studio. This video is also brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you. Yes. I have a little confession. The last video I'm going to do, because the final part of this series is going to actually be a rant by me, the last video reaction I'm going to do is one I've kind of pre-watched, which is why we have to talk about it, and it's going to be The Quartering. And before I get to that, I'm going to go ahead and point out, see my new shirt? New garbage shirt? This is because Friday, I saw the Garbage Tears for Fears show in Indiana, and it was awesome. And if you want to see me talk more about it, plus do an album ranking for both Garbage and Tears for Fears, that's going to be on the podcast channel. It was actually posted up there yesterday, so make sure to go check that out. Link in the description box. And also make sure to subscribe while you're over there. It'd be awesome. But anyways, yeah, we're going to be going over a quartering video because I did see clips of it and I realized, oh my god, we have to react to it. I only saw brief clips, but when we get to it, you'll see why this had to be reacted to. We're going to talk about his Obi-Wan Kenobi video. And it's worth noting, like, okay, so he must have done it back when it first came out. So this was 2 weeks ago. But when you look at his video output since then, this is fucking maddening. So what? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72. So this was 72 videos ago. He's done 72 videos in 2 fucking weeks. Gee whiz, I wonder why his content is garbage. But okay, we gotta look at how he talks about the all the tweets and stuff like that about Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Now then, Pinocchio, why are people criticizing the Kenobi series?
Go ahead, tell him. Tell him about the writing.
Oh, gee, well, some of them said the writing, but, I think they're all just a bunch of racists. That's right, they don't like black people.
Well, they loved Mace Windu and Lando Calrissian. And anyway, didn't you guys shrink John Boyega on the Chinese Force Awakens poster?
Oh, well,
I love how they're jumping around. Oh, well, Disney does racism. Yeah, Disney does racism to sell overseas to China. That's wrong. They shouldn't do that. You also shouldn't do racism in real life. Why are you connecting the two? Also, it's worth noting, there are legit criticisms of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and there are racist criticisms of Obi-Wan Kenobi. They should be separated, and these guys keep on clumping them into the same fucking group. Essentially, these are the guys who are forcing, Disney just calls out racist, and these are the guys who are saying, how dare you call all Star Wars fans racist, when all the Star Wars account was saying was, don't be racist. It was exclusively just calling out racist. The guys with this narrative are the ones saying all Star Wars fans are racist. Star Wars Twitter account's not saying that. I'm not saying it. These guys with this narrative are.
well, he was big, and we made him small so we could fit more TIE fighters on the poster.
What about the Black Panther poster where you put his helmet back on for the Chinese?
Wow, it's these same 2 points over and over again. Yes! Disney shouldn't do this. And people also shouldn't support racism. In any form. It shouldn't be supported if a big business does it. It shouldn't be supported if people do it. Listen, if you're like, hey, Disney did racism in China, and therefore I'm not going to support them, good on you. You're allowed to do that. But don't be like Reva's woke or some shit. Because here's the deal. If your criticism of Reva is that she's woke, then my question to you is, why do you call her woke? Because I can only think of one reason why you might call her woke. And it's the reason you don't want to say.
Psst, tell him the truth. The Chinese are racist.
Oh no, they're just very safety conscious.
Well, fair enough. But anyway, I have to go. I'm performing my drag act at the local elementary school.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from TheQuartering, and I think most Star Wars fans, and again, I have always been upfront about this, as I am a fair weather Star Wars fan. I am not deeply engrossed in the lore, and my interest in it is as many things I cover on this channel is kind of defending fandoms from corporate a-holes. I kind of took up this mantle back when...
Ooh, he's gonna defend fandom, guys. Don't worry, fans. You have the quartering in your back. I'm sure they'll go well, right?
When Magic the Gathering was taken over and turned on their own customers, and basically everything we've ever loved from our childhood, whether it was He-Man or She-Ra or all these things, you know, they get taken over by corporations nowadays, and then
they get taken over by corporations. It's all been corporate. Most of this stuff's been corporate. I guess you could argue, like, the original Star Wars was a George Lucas thing. Sure. But, you know, it as it grew, it became more of a corporate thing. I mean, by the time the prequels came out, yeah, George Lucas still had pretty much control over it, but it was also a movie-making, money-making machine. And, I mean, the toys that came out instantly, that's very corporate right there. George Lucas made fucking bank on those toys.
a big part of the marketing push is attacking the fans. And with
Yes, in Obi-Wan Kenobi, they attacked racists, not fans.
Obi-Wan, I wasn't really pumped for it. It seemed like yet another forgettable cash grab in the Disney quote-unquote content machine. See, when you spend this kind of money to own the Star Wars IP, you have to continually produce quote-unquote content for people to
I don't want to hear the quartering criticizing Disney for producing content, okay? I don't think he's in a position to do that.
consume, so that they keep paying the $10 a month for Disney Plus. And that's fine. Not every show has to be for everyone, and there will be shows in the Star Wars universe that I'm not interested in, and there will be shows that I am interested in. And that's totally okay. When we look at the reviews for Obi-Wan Kenobi, it's middling. You know, a 90% from critics seems very strong, but just a 71% from fans, I mean, it's not that far from being in the 60s.
Well, we did see the fan score went down. This is probably before it was bombed. 70% is fine. Yeah, it's not like glowing, but it's fine. And also, fan scores can be bombed, so it's also very suspect. The critic score is actually something I actually had to trim out of my neurotic video, because it's super suspect. Here, I'm going to go ahead and show it. Alright, so right now it has a 83 on Tomato Meter, but you notice it's not certified. And that's interesting. Why is it not certified? And so we go under score details. Alright, so this is actually worse than when I looked it up. When I looked it up before... Well, goddamn Rotten Tomatoes, quit loading. But when I looked it up... Fucker, stop it. When I looked it up before, there was only one critic review on here. Now there's none. And that's really sussy, Rotten Tomatoes. You can't tell me no, like, major critics that are certified haven't been reviewing this. Why aren't there scores on here? What is up? And how, if there's no critic scores, is it at 83%? Shouldn't it be at no score reported? Or something like that? This is really sussy, Rotten Tomatoes. I want you guys to fix this, because this is just fucking weird. But anyways, let's get back to this.
Probably will be in the 60s after this ridiculous ploy by the corporate account. What I thought was interesting was how Disney, in the middle of the night, Disney Star Wars makes this bizarre late night tweet attacking fans and defending Obi-Wan actress Moses Ingram. Don't know who Moses Ingram is in like IRL in terms of an...
Well, she's in the Obi-Wan series. You can look it up. I got speed this up a bit, guys. He's a bit dry. Maybe improve the quality slightly.
An acting career don't care. This idea that people don't want black people in Star Wars is ridiculous and is not fact-based. And it's never been fact-based. It's never been truthfully presented.
There's been lots of racist attacks on actors in pretty much every franchise, and Star Wars is one of the biggest franchises in the world. So yeah, Star Wars in particular has been hit hard by this. This isn't a stretch. This is just shit that happens.
In fact, the only people with any strong evidence of trying to erase black people from Star Wars is Disney corporate.
I'm so sick. I'll be blunt. I am so goddamn sick of this line. Oh, Disney edits stuff in Disney edits stuff in China, which is bad. Therefore, racism by other people is okay because Disney does racism in China. Listen, it's all bad, and it should all get called out as bad.
And here's the exact evidence I'm talking about. Disney corporate prominently features.
Yeah, and I'm willing to bet if he wasn't out here defending the racist attacks against Moses Ingram, he would not give a flying fuck about this. Did he do any stories when this story first broke? Hey, let's find that out. Let's find out his stories about his outrage when the Disney Star Wars poster was edited. Let's see. The Quartering Force Awakens China poster. Okay, so this would have been when the Rise of Skywalker came out, not the Force Awakens. So when that Force Awakens poster first came out, it took him years to bring it up, 3 times max, including the video we're talking about right now? Why didn't he call that out at the time? He seems really enraged about this. Why is the Obi-Wan stuff worth talking about immediately? But that poster that he brings up is, oh God, isn't this awful? He doesn't talk about until he's essentially defaming Disney. It's almost like he's just using it as a fucking talking point. And yeah, let's Black Panther poster. It's the same thing. This is all since Rise of Skywalker at the earliest. He's been doing YouTube longer than I have, hasn't he? He started after me? No fucking way. No fucking way. He's garbage. I can't believe he started after me. Fuck, I feel awful now. But, okay, so he's done no videos exclusively talking about the outrage of these posters at all. But now he's talking about they're the biggest news ever when essentially defending racist. This is clear double standard on his part. He does not give a fuck about these posters at all. He just cares about defending racist.
John Boyega's Finn character in the Western poster, and then literally removes him, lightens the skin, and crams him in down here.
Well, they shrunk him. They didn't remove him. You're literally pointing at him right now.
Hiding below everyone else so that they can make sure that they don't lose any money from a population of people in China who apparently have problems with black folks. This is a decision that Disney Star Wars made, which I thought...
And this is a decision you made to obfuscate the racism that Moses Ingram received.
I was curious after their tweet saying, there are more than 20 million sentient species in the Star Wars galaxy. Don't choose to be racist.
Why'd he emphasize choose?
Well, it seems like Disney Star Wars made a decision, right? You can see Andy Signor, ugh, you just fueled 10,000 more hate videos with this tweet when you could have just been adults and ignored the dumb reactions and let the awesome show speak for itself. And
Andy Signor is so questionable at this point. Kudos for him for actually saying the show is awesome. But yeah, he is a guy who's had multiple allegations against him, and he came out and did a victory lap saying, see, I'm innocent. when only one was cleared when he had multiple ones, and he's like not addressed the other ones. So, yeah, he's super seedy. So using him as a source is bad. That being said, my opinion is call out racism. Call out racism, period. Just call it the fuck out. Don't ignore it.
Andy is... I like Andy. I don't think the show is awesome. I don't think the reviews show that it is awesome. But it's certainly, I'm sure some people liked it. You see a lot of people in the comments reminding them. They want the hatred to be about race instead of the show being dumb. A very good point made by Mr. Masterson. You see Nina Infinity. Oh, you mean like the time you took Finn off your China poster? Drunk 3PO. Oh, so that one time with Finn.
Yeah, God, this is such the narrative with these guys. Listen, they should have reduced Finn on the Chinese poster. I'll give you that. But they also people shouldn't be sending racist tweets to people. Racism is bad in all fucking forms. Why won't you guys get that through your head?
Superman. So one time with Finn. Projection at its highest. Great to see Star Wars finally standing up for its actors. Oh, okay, like they did for John Boyega? I mean, the idea is, you see this, what's funny is you guys are spending way more time talking about this inconsequential random new character instead of the main character of the show. Or maybe this is all marketing ploy for attention.
God, I just love how he reads off random fucking tweets. Oh, I don't care. Yes, they were talking about the person who got racist attacks and they were defending her. Good on them.
This chart is a problem, no? This compares Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Stranger Things versus Top Gun Maverick, and you can...
Wait. Is this what Neurotic was looking at? Google search trends?
To you, Kenobi was the most popular premiere on your platform, and that would be great if it wasn't the fourth most popular thing this week. And I want you to let that sink in. Star Wars was the fourth most popular thing this week, coming behind a sequel to a 36-year-old movie, Tom Cruise's Top Gun Maverick, which is pretty damn good. Go see it. Stranger Things Season 4, which is a definite improvement on Season 2 and 3.
This is what he was looking at, the Google search trends. Oh my god. Grifting 101.
You can see, obviously, Obi-Wan receiving extraordinarily less interest in comparison to those three titles. I think the problem is that, you know, as for the fandom, is expecting Disney to care about every show they make like they would, like you would expect them to treat them with love and respect, because this is just a content machine for Disney now.
I don't want to hear the quartering criticize someone for being a content machine.
It's all about merchandising. Spaceballs reference. But anyway, I don't know that this lady is receiving any kind of real comments. But what I can say is, you know, as always, Data Racer brings the receipts, writing, Obi-Wan actress Moses Ingram called Star Wars fans racist before the show even aired. She also said Star Wars doesn't ever put people of color on the screen. Okay.
Well, you know what? The record isn't great. And when they bring up the counter, it's all from fucking Disney Star Wars, which is interesting. It's all the newer stuff. It's very little of the older stuff.
For the record, her more than 500 Instagram replies don't have a single negative comment. It's all relentless praise. Lucasfilm has already warned Obi-Wan star. Isn't that funny? Star of Obi-Wan.
Yes, because she's a major character in the show. Usually all your major characters will be called stars. You have the star, which would be Ewan McGregor, but the other ones will also be called stars as well.
Moses Ingram about the likely racist reactions from the worst corner of Star Wars fandom. Obi-Wan is going to bring the most diversity I think we've ever seen in the galaxy before. Oh, well, thank God. Ingram told the Independent, to me, it's long overdue. You've got talking droids and aliens, but no people of color. Yeah, I remember that Lando guy never existed, or Finn's character never existed.
Yeah, just because you can bring up a couple of examples doesn't mean it has enough, because it hasn't had enough, and that was her whole point.
Or Kelly Marie Tran's character never existed.
Oh, yeah, and let's bring up Kelly Marie Tran's character, because I'm sure she didn't get any racist backlash, right? Right?
I mean, are we kidding?
And off top of his head, he can only come up with 3 examples? Jesus Christ. hell, off the top of my head, 3 examples that are bigger than all the characters he just named: Luke, Leia, and Han.
It doesn't make any sense. It's 2022. It's current year. It's current year. Unfortunately, as previous franchise stars, John Boyega and Kelly Marie Tran can attest, the Star Wars fandom has a problem tucked in its ugliest corners. Instead of maybe focusing on that, look at all these replies. Fire emojis, hearts, we love you, blah, 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 blah. I don't even know who this...
I'm sure she's getting positive praise, too. Your argument is because she got positive praise that canceled out the negative praise. They can both exist simultaneously. And it's one of those things. It's one of those psychological things where that negative stuff will like... It'll eat away at you. Like a billion positive comments mean nothing when you get that one negative one. And it's stupid. It's really fucking stupid. But it's true.
Lady is, and I don't care. She's already being gone after on Instagram, question mark. You see, the person who leaked it has actually even said so himself, that it wasn't the case and that people are overreacting. Lol, yeah, unfortunately, people I used to watch and like are the ones that are part of the ones saying it. Sad part is some of the people already went after her on Instagram. Except there's not a single, unless she's manually deleting. Can you hear my cat? Little guy. He's a happy kitty. The noise gate probably prevented most of that. But anyway, and then the media just, oh my God, they just love to attack the fandom. Star Wars makes a statement. Well, what do you mean a statement? Who are these people?
A statement. They said, don't be racist. It's the most milquetoast statement ever. And the fact that you guys are reacting so hugely to it is a little disconcerting.
Amid attacks on Moses. This is like so played out. Oh my God, it's so frustrating. They did the same garbage with Kelly Marie Tran. They trotted her out on like Good Morning America and all this stuff and said, oh my.
Yeah, they trot her out on Good Morning America because that's like standard issue when you're a star of a Star Wars movie. It's a huge franchise.
God, all this anti-Asian sentiment is coming from the...
Yeah, she got hit bad. Don't say she didn't get hit bad. She got hit bad. I'm sure John Boyega got hit bad as well. He was, I imagine he was less public about it. It might have been at that point they were trying to bury it. I don't know the full details. In fact, but that would kind of make sense. It might have gone to a point where they're like, okay, we have to call it out, which good on them. Yeah, they shouldn't they shouldn't fuck around with the Chinese posters, sure. But people shouldn't also have to deal with racist attacks in their life. They're both bad.
The Star Wars fandom. Receipts? Source? Dude, trust me, bro. It's like...
She posted, dude. Did you miss it?
It was part... Like, they told Kelly Marie Tran... I would not be surprised one day if, like, you had a couple of glasses of wine with Kelly Marie and you asked her, like, did Disney tell you to say that? Did Disney put you on Good Morning America to play the victim? Because what people were talking about were these horrible things that were allegedly being said to Kelly Marie Tran. What they weren't talking about was the absolute tokenism and waste of the character of Rose Tico. What people were talking about was the alleged bazillions of people that had a problem with John Boyega being...
Okay, are you arguing that that there wasn't a critical critique of Rose Tico? Because there was a huge critical critique of Rose Tico. I thought that was much louder than the issues with her Instagram by like a huge margin. That being said, she still got called racist. They both exist simultaneously. It's not one or the other.
Black. But what they weren't talking about was how the writing threw the great character away. What they weren't talking about was Disney literally...
People wouldn't shut up about her character, talking about how they disliked her character. But there's a difference between disliking her character from a critical standpoint and being fucking racist. And some people cross the line. A lot of people cross the line, and that's the issue.
Making a choice to unblacken him so that because they were so afraid of losing even 1 yen in China, or won, I don't know what they use, I don't care.
Yes, it was a corporate decision, and I disagree with it. And I don't understand why you're conflating these issues. Yes, Disney did a bad in China. Essentially, these guys' argument is that, hey, Disney does racism in China. Therefore, you're fine if you do racism. No, both are bad. It's not both are fine. It's both are bad.
We are proud to welcome Moses Ingram to the Star Wars family and excited for Reva's story to unfold. Nobody's excited for that. If any...
Have you seen it? This was 2 weeks ago. Have you even seen it? Ugh. And number 2, this is the official Star Wars Twitter account. What do you expect him to say? Oh, this is Moses Ingram. She did Reva. We don't really care. Yeah, no, she's there. We don't care. Of course they're gonna be excited for our character. It's the official Star Wars Twitter account.
Anyone intends to make her feel in any way unwelcome, we have one thing to say. We resist.
Yeah, this is the other one that triggers them, and I don't fucking get it. They're just saying, hey, here's a new character we're excited about because we're the official Star Wars Twitter account, and it's our job to be excited about new Star Wars content, period. It doesn't matter if it's good or not. We're just excited about the new Star Wars content because that's the fucking job, the whole Twitter profile. And they're just saying, hey, be nice to her. And you're triggered. You're fucking triggered because they said, hey, be nice to her. Get fucked, dude.
Political term, resist. Is it hashtag resist? There are more than 20 million sentient species in the Star Wars galaxy. Don't choose to be a racist. Quarterback.
Yep.
Saying cool fake racism, bro. Or cool fake racism story, bro. I hope with pandering like this, people will continue to hashtag resist consuming your products.
Yeah, if you don't want to, watch Obi-Wan, don't watch Obi-Wan. But, yeah, don't, so many people aren't even fucking watching it and just listening to this goddamn narrative. It's obnoxious.
I mean, it's like, look, I couldn't care less about Reva or Baby Leia or the Three Stooges abduction team or the Tatooine meatpacking district. I just want to see Darth Vader and not in a fish tank. Is that so hard?
Well, yeah, they're gonna build up to that. That's what they did in the show.
I love this classic consumer reply. Wow, after reading these comments, I really have a disdain for the Star Wars community. Stop complaining. We got classic characters back in live action. Just enjoy what we have while we have it. It's not that hard. Yeah, just shut up and consume and get excited about next product. Disney Plus isn't available in China.
Or don't.
The idea that this is the thing is this is, except for in China, just ask John Boyega. And remember, they didn't defend Gina Carano, who was getting literal threats on her life. They didn't have anything to say about that, did they? They were just fine with.
Almost all these people get literal threats on their life, and Gina Carano didn't have anybody. I've been over this so many times, but she was fired, and nobody came to defend her. I disagree with people getting fired over tweets, but nobody came to defend her. That tells you something about her. That tells you that maybe they were fine with her being gone. All her coworkers were probably fine with her being gone. That tells you something.
Her getting all sorts of. You see, this official Star Wars Twitter account made a couple of bizarre late night tweets regarding Obi-Wan Kenobi. Actors don't care, where they informed fans that they would resist if anyone intends to make her feel unwelcome. The pair of tweets came after Ingram recently did an interview with the British outlet The Independent, where she revealed that Lucasfilm trained her to deal with mean people on the internet.
Yep. Because the Star Wars actors all get it. They all get harassed on the internet, so they're getting trained on how to handle it. It's like you assholes harass these people, and then you get upset because they're getting trained on how to deal with harassment. Well, don't fucking harass them, and maybe they won't get trained on how to deal with fucking harassment. Maybe call out the racist in your own community, but you're too busy fucking defending them.
It was something that Lucasfilm actually got in front of and said, here's the thing, unfortunately this will likely happen, but we are here to help you, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I mean, where are these people that have a problem with her being black? Show me 1,000 comments, because she's got millions in support. So show me any significant part of the Star Wars community that has a problem with her being black. They don't exist. They don't exist. And she says, I have no problem with the black button. There always be. Okay, well then why is Star Wars virtue signaling this? Ironically, Lucasfilm and Star Wars have actually endorsed this type of behavior before and continues to employ these people. Notably, Christiane Ariel, who hosted the Star Wars Celebration over the weekend, made it very clear that she's racist in dozens of tweets over the past 2 years. In March 2020, she wrote, "White people, effing stop it."
Okay. Oh, God, she's just calling out white conservatives. Yeah, it's almost like that's the source of the problem.
In May 2020, she also wrote, "White conservatives, please stop invoking this like you care. You don't. You just want to be able to say that. What about when someone calls out 45?
True. That is absolutely true. That's all the the whole poster argument is. It's whataboutism. Well, what about this? Cool. It's both bad. Fuck
Like
you.
a weirdo Trump person. Just a reminder that white women are just as complicit on the upholding and enforcing of supremacy. Huh? So she went and attacked a bunch of people, and then the official Star Wars account made sure to tweet to her. Look for a lot of these to be dropped hypocrites. Oh, remember when they literally thanked the propaganda department in China where they filmed Mulan?
Yeah, and that was bad.
It's absolutely ridiculous. There's no meaningful amount of people that have a problem with her as a character because she's black. There's been many black characters in the new Disney world of Star Wars that people, or like I'll just say people of color, that people all really liked. And like you're just making this up as a shield. It's absolutely hilarious. It's like that valid criticism, and then they're like, oh, gender politics as a defense. What a joke. Maybe it's taking away from the fact that fewer and fewer people are excited about your new shows because you're treating it like content and not anything to create.
You would know about content, wouldn't you?
To continue the legacy. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Okay, where was that's not the video I saw though. Oh my god, we have to go through these 70 fucking things again. Oh my god, he's posted a new video since I watched that. No fucking way. 12 minutes ago. Oh my god. Oh, maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. Let's see. Yeah, this is gonna be it. Okay, this is gonna be the good one.
There is a great disturbance in the Force. One of your inquisitors has received racist messages on Instagram.
I have no idea what it means.
Neither do I. But she has the receipts, although they do look a bit suspicious.
There's a thing called racial consciousness that we should be very proud of and very active in.
If you say so, Lord Vader.
But we must avoid racial conceit.
Yes.
We envy white people. Not their color, but their advantage.
You keep saying we. Who are you referring to, Lord Vader?
African Americans.
I didn't know you were black.
You know, I'm a man of color, but...
Good God. Well, this just got rather awkward.
Obviously, I want to start out this video by reminding
Cool.
those that would take my videos in bad faith, not my beautiful regular viewers, but those that think for some reason if I'm asking for context that I'm offended by the things that are said by these Star Wars clones. But yes, having a problem with somebody based on the color of their skin is dumb. It is the lowest IQ, biggest waste of energy anyone can have. Okay, I don't support it. I don't agree with it. I think it's dumb, and these people are dumb. And then I hope that they grow up and get enlightened. I don't live in a super diverse area, but even I know that these type of things can be real and are real.
Wow, this is feeling kind of conciliatory. Oh shit, she actually did have racist attacks?
Issue is when they're blown way out of proportion to push an agenda, which is...
Oh, she did. Oh, I'm sorry. She did have racist attacks, but you know, I'm still gonna fucking defend him. That's what he's doing right now.
What I believe is happening with the Star Wars film. Of course, saying that gets your mentions filled with bots calling you all sorts of terrible things. But if you watched the news yesterday, there was probably 50 different articles that all had the exact same type of headline. Here's the Hollywood Reporter. Obi-Wan Kenobi star. Star Wars defends Obi-Wan Kenobi star from vile online attacks. Here's Mia. She was subjected to vile racist abuse from Star Wars fans. E! Online, Star Wars release statement against racism. Like all this stuff. Ewan McGregor slams racist Star Wars fans, defends Moses Ingram. I don't have anything against Moses.
Yeah, that was a good video on
Ingram. I don't think there's anything wrong with her as a woman. I think that there's undeniable facts about the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, that it was extraordinarily well viewed. I believe Disney said it was their biggest launch to date. Of course, you know, they have more viewers now than they ever had before. So each new launch, as they continue to grow as a company, will likely break the previous record. But there's also the idea that just because a bunch of people watch something, that it's also awesome. I don't know. Most people seem to give it middling reviews. I'm not here to talk about whether or not Obi-Wan Kenobi is a good show. There's certainly some cringe writing in it I've seen, but there's nothing that is relevant to the show in this narrative either. It's the same old trash that they trotted out with Kelly Marie Tran, where they said, "Oh my God, she had to disable her Instagram and or whatever because of all these people sending vile things to her about her skin color." Source, dude, trust me.
Oh, but now we're actually gonna get receipts. Okay, let's get the receipts, dude.
Now, it appears these messages were sent to her on Instagram, and I really want to break it down. Sure, there may be messages that she didn't share publicly that were truly vile, and I guess I can only go off of what I've seen. But if this is the example of what launched 1,000 articles, and it's ridiculous. Okay, yes,
Jesus, he's gonna defend the
nobody
messages
should
he
endure.
shared. He's gonna defend this shit.
Any, kind of just unwanted hate. All right, but my point is that everybody gets it. All right, and there isn't anything here to indicate that, these are race related, in my opinion. First, she shares these, and by the way, I went to her personal Instagram page. Don't, if you do, just say positive things. Don't go there to be mean or call her this or that. That's not okay. All right. It doesn't bother me because I'm like an old grizzled internet guy who's kind of desensitized to it. But like, here's Sunday. Your days are numbered. That's really weird. That's creepy. Not okay. All right. I agree with support and disavowing that. This one says, "You're not the first N with an A in Star Wars, fool." Also appears to be a black person that sent that. Not a lot of vile racists that I know that use the radio-friendly version of the N-word, although I don't really know any.
Oh, okay, sure.
Jesus. Racist in real life, I don't think. But then you see, "You suck, loser. You're a diversity hire, and you won't be loved or remembered for this acting role." Okay. Again, not okay, but I mean, this is just like 14-year-olds. This one is weird. "Diversity hire, human shield. Operation Get Behind the Darkies is real." This is not a good, not a good thumbnail. It looks like a YouTube thumbnail. I'm assuming that there's more to this. I don't think there's anything like directly racist about this, other than maybe they're saying we're using a diversity hire to.
Yeah, what was that, like MechaRandom or something? What? Let's look up that one real fast. Operation Get Behind the Darkies. Wow. Okay, I feel like we might have to cover that. So this is like the final reaction video. So we're gonna slam through that one after this. I'm sure it's dreadful. MechaRandom is what? 3 times my size. They're bigger than me. View counts, honestly, comparable view counts. Their recent view counts and my recent view counts are kind of comparable. But they have more subscribers than me. So what we are going to go ahead and slam through that one once we do this one. This might be a longer video.
To shield ourselves from criticism is perhaps what they're saying. I don't really know. I haven't seen the video. I don't know whose video that is. And this is the last piece. So all in all, it was 3 messages and 1 YouTube thumbnail with perhaps clumsy wording on the title. This one says, "Hey, yo, Kenobi, you ain't finna run forever, white boy. Get back here. Third sister, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You have now been converted into the St. George of Floydium of Star Wars. Are you happy? How the F does an alien know eubonics?" If you look at these messages, first of all, this is written by a child. This one is written by a child. This one is written by not a white person. So I don't know. I'm told that they can't be racist.
God, yes, everybody can be racist. Everybody. It's not traditionally, it's usually white people by a vast majority, but everybody can be racist.
Your days are numbered. That's creepy and cringe and wrong and bad. Okay, so but again, you're talking about somebody massively, and then, again, to be clear, none of these are okay, but I'm just putting it in perspective that if I went to my Instagram right now, okay, and I pulled up my message requests, okay, here's one from 10 hours ago. "You have no discernible talent, Lamau." Okay.
True. You don't.
By the way, it's TheQuartering YT on YouTube. I mean, like, there's just, like, okay, there's people that send stuff, all the time that I don't know, or anybody can just send a message. I don't know how to turn that off. I'm sure I can somewhere, but I don't really care. I use my, I don't even know what I want to use my Instagram for, but I'm posting pictures of my dogs. I post videos there, stuff like that occasionally.
It's worth pointing out that even the stuff he brought up there is nowhere near what she shared.
But like, you know, I don't, is this it? Is this it?
Those are pretty bad, dude.
This is what we're having a complete meltdown over?
If those are examples of the hundreds of messages she got, yeah, it's pretty bad, dude. Let's face it, your argument is, hey, these messages are bad, but let's ignore it. No, let's call it out, because this type of thing shouldn't exist in a civilized society. I hate it.
It's not that big of a deal. You have Ewan McGregor out here clowning himself, acting like this woman, like people, like where, like.
Oh, dude, I like the Ewan McGregor video. I thought he was based.
Did people send her pictures of like burning crosses and say, get out of, you know, like where is?
Oh, is it not racist enough? Is that the issue? Jesus.
What is this? And to be honest with you, I don't even think you could really call any of these. I mean, you'd have to really stretch to call any of these racist.
You'd have to stretch to call it racist. Literally on the screen is one with the N-word on it. Oh, dude.
This one definitely, the first one definitely isn't. Calling someone
the N-word. Okay, like I think when he says the first one, he's talking about your days are numbered. You could argue that was not racist, but that's still fucking creepy. It's still not right.
Diversity hire. Yeah, you could probably argue that that's fringe.
Yes, that is definitely fucking racism, okay?
You know, like, that's saying that you're only hired for this color of your skin. But I mean, we know that Disney does this. This is something that they openly say they do. I mean, it is kind of a mean thing to say, okay?
Oh my god. Yes, there might be physical characteristics they are specifically looking for a character. They might decide they want a certain character to be black, so they will cast a black person. Ta-da.
This one, not racist. Poorly.
Diversity hire human shield operation get behind the darkies, not racist. Cool. I'm glad you're metric. He's defending this shit. He's saying, hey, don't do this, but you know what? It's okay, actually. That's his whole case right now. It's, hey, this is bad, but you know what? It's actually not. It's not.
Worded, but, you know, whatever. This one, again, written like a 12-year-old. You know, how many of these...
He is right. That one's written like a 12-year-old, but it's absolutely racist. Well, I guess you could argue maybe it's not racist because they misspell ebonics.
These are English-speaking first language people even. And you're talking about 4 random... How many thousands of messages did she have to go through to find these 4?
She says she's got hundreds like that, and I believe her.
Again. Wrong. Dumb. Childish. But are we really going to launch a million articles? And the problem is, these messages...
Jesus Christ, his whole argument is that, hey, these messages are bad, but it's actually okay. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Messages, which we don't even know who sent them. We don't have accounts. We don't. I mean, for all we know, Disney could have sent them as a part of the messaging, as part of a marketing campaign. I don't know, again, how many... When...
Again, he's essentially saying, hey, these messages are bad, but it's actually okay.
They were sent. There's no date on them. There's no account link to them. And they're not really anything to get worked up about. I mean, I get stuff like this all the time. But they turned it into this marketing campaign, which was really dumb because...
It turned it into a marketing campaign? Okay, so number one, yeah, outrage is going to get out there. It's going to get you in this news cycles. That will absolutely happen. A marketing campaign? They're just calling out people for being racist. Good on them.
Like, the show is otherwise, I would argue, at least according to Disney, a huge success. But all people are talking about now is this. You know...
Well, actually, it's all you are talking about. Lots of people are just talking about the show.
She writes, you know, and again, I don't know this woman. I don't have anything against her. And I don't think anyone should be sending her hate just for accepting a role. She shared, accompanying with these screenshots, she shared a video message. She began, long story short, there are hundreds of those. Hundreds. I also see those of you out here who put a cape on for me. And that really does mean the world to me because there's nothing anyone can do about this. There's nothing anyone can do to stop the hate, she reiterated. So I question What my purpose is even being here in front of you saying this is happening, I don't really know. Well, you're making the video for clout. That's why you're doing it.
Well, she's calling it out, and she should be calling it out. Yeah, I don't know what the solution is because of free speech and all that. People have the right to be racist. It's just not fucking good, and they don't have a right to attack people. I won't call DMs attacking people, but it's still bad, and I have no problem calling it out. Listen, should it be like a crime that these people send bad DMs? No. No, I don't believe it should be. But should it be called out? Should it be discouraged? Should such activity be looked down upon? Absolutely.
Doesn't mean that these people are, justified in the things that they said. If there were literally hundreds, okay? If there were hundreds of these, this is the best you could come up with?
If there were hundreds of these, you'd be going through all of them and be doing the exact same thing. Oh, well, is this all you got? You only got hundreds? You only got hundreds? There should be thousands. I guarantee you that is exactly what he'd be saying. And he'd still be saying they're not racist. He'd be looking at the N-word hundreds of times, be like, this isn't racist. I guarantee you.
Suck loser? I get those. And I'm not in Star Wars. So how do you know that these are even Star Wars fans? These could just be trolls.
I would actually argue these aren't Star Wars fans. These are just assholes. But it doesn't justify her getting those things. These things should still be called out.
They could be bots. They could be, you don't really know. Again, at the end of the day, these messages obviously aren't okay. Everyone gets them. That doesn't make them okay. But I just worry about, now this is going to be used to smear Star Wars fans. And like the media presents us.
He worries. He's the one complaining these racists with Star Wars fans. That's the thing. These guys, they're the ones. They're essentially calling Star Wars fans racist, because when racists get called out, they're saying, why are you calling Star Wars fans racist? When they're not. They're just calling out racist. You people, like Quartering here, are the ones calling Star Wars fan racist by conflating them into that tweet.
It's like, oh, Star Wars fans have a huge racism problem. Like, really?
I think it very much has a racism problem. It primarily comes from the fact that just Star Wars is just such a huge fan base that, yeah, you're going to get some racist assholes mixed in there.
You have 4 messages, 3 or 4 of which are like not even what I would call anything, not even intelligible. Okay. I wish her all the best, and the idea that these comments seem like bots to me, is suspect. It's laughable. You see a lot of comments saying, so a handful of anonymous accounts that could easily be faked. Well, I'm convinced. And
yeah, and if there was hundreds presented, they'd be like, oh, Disney can easily pay to get hundreds of fake comments. They would just do this line on just a bigger scale. I guarantee you of that. Do not confuse. Yeah, he's calling it out, but he's saying it's bad, but he's also defending it. That's the thing. All these guys are doing. They're calling it out and then calling it bad. Except, I don't think Ben Shapiro even called it bad. I think he just defended it essentially.
Honestly, these don't really sound like, except for this one. Again, if there are hundreds of them, I really wish you would share the account, because we could stand together and disavow them. But all this really does.
Yeah, and you'd be like, you only got hundreds? You only got hundreds? There should be thousands. You only got thousands? There should be tens of thousands. You only got 100,000? Oh, there should be millions. They would always just up the fucking bar.
So more division in the fandom. You probably, again, I think we should just live by the, maybe just blocking people and be better to each other. The press would have any chance they get to disparage the fans. But I guess congratulations on your huge success for Obi-Wan Kenobi. I hope the people that are watching it are enjoying it, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
Okay, so we gotta go. Let's go ahead and do Mech Random here, because that has been a request of mine to cover some Mech Random stuff. So we are gonna go ahead and hit that one up, and this looks awful, but let's see.
The following video is brought to you through the generous support of viewers.
Okay, so this video is officially called Obi-Wan series is going to be awful because it's hiding behind diversity again. Oh god, it's going to be the same shit.
Viewers like you. If you like this content, then please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. And for those who are in the position to donate, this channel thanks you. And so does this orange cat.
Oh, of course they're using her as a human diversity shield. I am Mecha, and Lucasfilm warned. What else do I have to say before I read the title? Oh yeah, subscribe to the channel, pretty, please. I really appreciate it.
Please like the video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, keep your comments to yourself.
I get a little like that one when I get like the anxiety attacks and stuff. I get a little bratty. Please tell me that that's what's happening when I'm doing it. I don't mind, actually, and I'm trying to overcome them and quickly. Oh, shut up, me. Why do I need to talk about me? I don't need to talk about me, but please subscribe.
I'm probably blocking her out partially. I'll go ahead and fix this. So far she hasn't said shit. Kind of bored already.
Channel, we're going to talk about this garbage with Lucasfilm right here. So, they're basically...
Okay, this garbage. Lucasfilm, oh god, we've been fucking over this. Yes, they've dealt with racism in the Star Wars ranks, so they're getting the actors prepared because they've dealt with it before. Holy shit. Well, shit. If they're gonna go through these guys would be like, hey, if they're gonna go through racist attack, maybe Disney should prepare them for that. Now they're going through, now Disney's preparing for that. Why are you preparing them for racist attacks?
Telling this poor actress that they're gonna use her as a diversity shield. They're like, oh yeah, you're gonna get some hate. Well, at least I guess they warned her that they're gonna send bots after her butt to...
Oh, wow, she's just gonna call them bots. So, like, these weren't real people, these were bots. Cool.
To attack her and call her all kinds of names, huh? Because that's always what happens, too. See, it's not her that I have an issue with on this Obi-Wan show. What I have an issue with on the Obi-Wan show, let's go into some of the leaks and some of the rumors and some of the stuff. So, allegedly, this character here is going to be supposedly hunting down Luke Skywalker. Obi-Wan is a failed hero, and she only changes her mind because she has a change of heart.
Well, so far we haven't gotten to any of that, and so we'll let's see.
You know, and that's and for not her, we would not have Luke Skywalker in the future.
Yep.
And that's supposed to be the rumor. Spoiler. Obi-Wan's by the Lucasfilm admission, with all of these new articles that have been dropping recently. With Lucasfilm's admission, we have Ewan McGregor.
Is she crying over this? I'm really confused. What is she upset about? She seems clearly upset. I don't know what about.
There's Obi-Wan being this Logan character, this Joker character. That's not Obi-Wan Kenobi.
A Joker character? There's a huge difference between a Logan character and a Joker character. You know that, right? One got pushed down by society until he, like, fought up against it and became the hero. One got pushed down by society, and I guess you could say he fought against it and became the villain, but there's a huge difference. One went on a little killing spree, and I guess you could say Logan did, but, like, he was doing it to defend kids. He wasn't doing it, like, because somebody was making fun of him and being an asshole to him. There's differences. They're not the same character.
Obi-Wan Kenobi's a crapping space monk. He's the guy who's this wise old father figure who's super powerful in ways.
Do you think he was born that way? Do you think he was born a wise, like, father figure? 'Cause no. He developed into that.
That you don't understand right away when you're a kid watching it. And Rob, tell you can articulate as well as I can on this one, and I know you've got a lot to say on this one too. Obi-Wan is not a broken hero.
No.
Like, how horrible is this going to be to have Obi-Wan?
Is she really going to complain because Obi-Wan has an arc? An actual completely logical arc, considering when this story is set in the Star Wars timeline? everything that Obi-Wan's ever known and believed in was destroyed, and now he has to reject everything he's ever known, and that's broken him, and he has to rebuild himself, and you think that's like an illogical point for his character to be at, because it's 100% logical.
Be the broken hero, and to blame racism when we complain about this show.
To blame racism when you complain about this show. I would like lots of people complain about the broken hero thing with Obi-Wan and Luke and Last Jedi, because everything comes down to Last Jedi, I swear. But yeah, nobody is calling that racist. People are calling racist the racist things said about Moses Ingram. Fun fact, if you pick through the comments on my videos talking about that, you can find some racism too.
And you know who's going to be taking the race bait? It's like there's a lot of I always see videos and crap in my feed show up where they're like, well, why the racism and this and the race and that? And I've taken plenty of race bait ones myself. I'm trying to be better about that. But it only feeds into this stuff because then they can just take the title of the video and they can go and turn it out there and be like, see, they're racists and they're misogynists.
Obi-Wan's not a broken hero. He's.
Here, take the hot seat. I'm getting something to drink. You yell about it. I got a cough.
There's a difference between suffering a defeat and being a broken hero. I mean, Obi-Wan's not broken. He's had.
You know, it's possible to be broken and pick yourself back up. Lots of people do it.
Like I said, Jedi have essentially been defeated.
I mean, this is a chapter of his life we've never seen before. Like I said, it makes sense that he'd be broken.
Defeated. But this whole thing about, like I said, they're preemptively now giving themselves an excuse as to why this series is going to fail.
It's not failing at all.
This series is going to fail, which I think it is. He feels failed, fair enough, but he isn't broken. You're right. He feels he's failed. He feels, like anybody else. If you win, you lose. But like I said, they're preemptively giving themselves the cover so that they can start pointing the fingers if this series doesn't go the way they want. Oh, it's the misogynists, it's the ists, it's the phobes, it's the you-know-whats.
Well, you know what? If you guys would agree with them, or not necessarily agree with them, if you guys called them out universally instead of spending time saying, oh, it's bad, but it's okay, or just flat out saying it's okay, it'd be a lot easier to argue your point of view.
So like I said, Kathleen Kennedy, she cannot have a man be the hero. She can never have a man be the hero.
Let's talk about the rumors with Kathleen Kennedy and all that crap too.
Well, okay. Do you want to vacate the hot seat?
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. There. Oh, thank you. It's not woke enough. Obi is male. It has to be broken and emasculated. That's getting so old. That is just getting like so.
He was emasculated? I missed when he got emasculated.
So tired. It's the same old. It's like zombie tropes. It's like zombie movies over and over again. What's Zaslav doing at Warner? Have you heard a lot of that? He's just cutting the fat over there.
He's cutting the fat. It's like it's not making money. It's he's not greenlighting.
Well, this is Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse, I believe. I'm not sure what the image here means. Just random image drop? Are they hiding a cut? I don't know. It's YouTube. You can just do the cut.
Yeah.
This is like the equivalent of tracing somebody else's art to do comics. Mm-hmm. That's what they're doing. They're just tracing other people's work. If they're making Logan and freaking Joker and all that, like, we've already got those. We already have those. Show me.
Logically, it would make sense for Obi-Wan to be here. And, I mean, we're talking about the hero's journey. Luke did it. Neo did it. Harry Potter did it. I probably shouldn't mention Harry Potter because Rowling's cringe as fuck at this point. Fucking Frodo does it. All these characters do the hero's journey.
Obi-Wan's...
And they don't usually start it from a place of strength.
Romance romance with what's her name off camera, where didn't he supposed to have some woman or somewhere or something? Same thing with Luke Skywalker. Why not just do a Luke Skywalker Mara Jade fucking story on the side?
Because
like seriously.
Okay, these guys complain that Reva takes too much control of the Obi-Wan series, and they're asking for the Obi-Wan series to be the Mara Jade Luke Skywalker series? What the what? Listen, I'm all for having a Mara Jade introduced into the story. I guess they could still force it in there. It's be weird, but it's not impossible at this point. There's still lots of unexplored time period for Luke. But yeah, you're asking for something completely different. This is the Obi-Wan series, not the Mara Jade Luke Skywalker series. What, you want Mara Jade and Luke Skywalker to hang out when they're 10? What?
Seriously, show me something I haven't seen with these characters. If we're gonna go...
We haven't seen Obi-Wan hit this spot, though. And this is a logical spot for him to be in. I think it's an interesting place to take it. Listen, this series isn't fucking perfect, but come on. This is the most interesting spot to do an Obi-Wan series, especially considering Ewan McGregor's age and, like, where he would be at that age.
That off the rail with them, but is keep it in canon or something, or keep it in the fanfic in the expanded universe.
I wouldn't mind seeing Luke Skywalker.
Or the Legends universe, huh?
I wouldn't mind.
Oh my God, she's whining about the Legends universe. Hey, listen, there's lots of good stuff in the expanded universe, and if you would rather say that's the canon and not the Disney stuff, go right on ahead. Canon's whatever the fuck you want, in my opinion. I think people get too caught up in what's the official canon. That being said, the official canon is the Disney stuff. Now, your headcanon can be whatever the fuck you want. But you don't have control over the official canon. You simply don't. That's Disney. If you're not happy about it, just read the books then. You don't have to watch what they produce.
Seeing Luke Skywalker, Mara Jade stories, how they got together. You know, they have a kid and going against the Jedi Order of having a kid together.
Why do I feel like she's like the front face, but this guy's like all the points? This is the first video by them I've seen, but like it seems like he's the one with all the points and she's just like reinforcing it. This is a weird thing. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That supposedly happened during the EU.
Well, yeah. But all the EU stuff got scrapped.
Yeah, they aren't going to do the Luke Skywalker Mara Jade story in the Obi-Wan show. That's not a thing.
Changed and rearranged.
Yeah, because they didn't want to pay anybody.
Which is such BS.
Yeah, everybody knows Obi-Wan shouldn't be the main character in the Obi-Wan series. It should be Luke Skywalker and Mara Jade, right? It's so insane.
Well, that's what they're doing with Stranger Worlds, which we'll get into in a minute here, because they're just plagiarizing the crap out of that. They say they're gonna get hate. It'll likely happen. Here's Data Racer's tweet about it. All right.
Yeah, we like
so,
Racer.
Yeah. Here's his tweet. So Data Racer points out Obi-Wan actress Moses Ingram called Star Wars fans racist before the show even aired.
I would need a source for her calling Star Wars fans racist. All I saw was her posting 3 racist messages she got. Are there racist Star Wars fans? You know, I hate calling them fans, but I guess technically yes, but I hate considering them fans. I don't think you fully understand Star Wars if you're a racist. You don't. There's this great meme, I'll probably put it in here during post. But this great meme of geez, when did Star Wars become all political and anti-fascist? And the answer is 1977. Yeah, Star Wars has always had that skew to it. Wars are very political, and it's in the fucking title. But yeah, all she did was point out racist tweets. She didn't call... I would need a source for her calling out all Star Wars fans as racist.
Yeah. Did she call...
Lucasfilm has already warned Obi-Wan star Moses Ingram about likely racist... Okay. The post says she calls all Star Wars fans... Oh, no, it doesn't say all. She calls Star Wars fans racist before the show even aired. Yeah, she's calling the people who message her as racist, and I would agree. That's 100% correct. These people get so upset over objectively correct things being said, I swear.
Call them racist, or... Alright, let's look at the... Alright, Lucasfilm warned her. If you're gonna talk droids and aliens but no people of color, it doesn't make any sense.
Lando Calrissian?
Yeah, we loved Lando.
Ooh, God, Lando Calrissian. I swear it's the one they always bring up. It's essentially the, I have one black friend argument. Yay, there's no... Listen, you don't need any more black people in Star Wars. We have Lando. Literally, everyone else in Star Wars can be white now, because we have Lando, guys. Lando. So there can't be more besides Lando? Come on, man.
No, and we like John Boyega, too.
John Boyega.
After John Boyega.
So, Finn's fine. One thing I think I brought up in a previous video, I don't think there's been that many black women of color in the Star Wars universe. Reva is definitely the biggest role in the Star Wars universe I can think of. There's might be something in animation I don't know about. I'm not up with the animation. But yeah, I think that's good.
And Kelly Marie Tran received... Actually, no, I did a video on the Kelly Marie Tran.
Well, yeah, Kelly. I guess black woman. Kelly Marie Tran would be a woman of color, but not a black woman. So Reva would be the biggest black woman in Star Wars as far as roles.
Thing. I've never found one thing on any post. There's no record of it. There's no screenshots of it.
Yep. She deleted it, but I believe her because I've seen how these people react. I've seen how they react in the comments to my video, and I swear they even try to hedge it a bit in the comments to my video, but it's still fucking there, and I'm sure what my videos get with their few thousand views is nothing compared to what Moses Ingram gets as being one of the main stars of this series that's almost certainly getting millions and millions of views.
Speaking of screenshots of it, we have people like Data Racer here who screenshot their Instagrams for posterity.
Yes, I'm sure she gets plenty of positive comments too. That's good.
Because
the argument of, she gets positive comments, therefore she gets no negative comments. No, that's not how this works.
Nobody has any proof that Kelly Marie Tran ever had anything negative said to her, and her own article in the New York Times, her own opinion piece, her own op-ed, stated that she received criticism from people like Rian Johnson and Hollywood directors.
Casting directors.
Where's Rian Johnson saying this to her? I had been told and retold this by everyone, by the media, by Hollywood, by companies that profited from my insecurities, manipulating me so I would buy their clothes, their makeup, their shoes in order to fill a void that was perpetuated by them in the first place. Okay, let's read the whole paragraph. That the highlighted segment doesn't mean anything by itself. Okay, so the whole paragraph. I had been brainwashed into believing that my existence was limited to boundaries of another person's approval. I had been tricked into thinking that my body was not my own, that I was beautiful only if someone else believed it, regardless of my own opinion. So this is her commentary on commercialism? What the fuck random quote shit is this?
Casting directors specifically for being Asian, for being short, for appearing thicker on camera.
Where's the quote on that? That's not what you showed. I'm not going to dig through the article. You just gave me a quote that had nothing to do with what you're talking about right now. Holy shit.
Not having the body type of people like Daisy Ridley, for example, for not having that statuesque, very, very tall, slim body type, because the camera adds 10 pounds, clearly. I mean, the camera, it's 2D. It makes you look a lot wider and shorter or whatever, or taller, I guess, or whatever. It makes you look weird, basically. So there's not even a single record of that. Data Racer points out, same thing here. For the record, her less than 500 or more than 500 Instagram replies don't have a single negative comment. It's all relentless praise. All right, so she says, okay, here's...
It's possible she's deleting stuff, and she is talking about DMs as well. She might also regulate who's allowed to post. I'm not sure. There's lots of variety here, but we know these people get racist attacks because it's happening again and again.
Her words, it's going to be most of the first thing I've seen in the galaxy. To me, it's long overdue. You're talking droids and aliens, but no people of color. It doesn't make any sense. It's 2022, you know.
Oh my god, these people get upset over objectively correct statements. It's driving me nuts.
Alright, as far as they can attest, Star Wars fandom has a racist problem tucked into its ugliest corners. It literally doesn't. It literally doesn't.
Are you saying no Star Wars fans are racist right now? None of them at all?
The only people who are racist in Star Wars are Disney themselves, who shrink people of color, quote unquote.
Did they lighten his skin? They keep on saying they lightened his skin. I mean, I'm not really one to defend his skin. If anything, I think looks lighter here than here. Fuck it, I don't care. Listen, they shouldn't shrink him in the Chinese poster. They shouldn't put a mask over Black Panther. And still being racist online to people is still bad. Okay? Like, you're using this to deflect the actual, like, issue that should be being talked about right now. It's all fucking bad, okay?
On their posters to pander to China.
And we already saw they did not talk about this shit when it came out. They're only trotting it out right now because it's useful to their fucking narrative.
And the people who use them at Lucasfilm as shields, as human shields, a literal Operation Darky from South Park to critic-proof their little butthurt feelings and their...
Oh my god. Jesus. All the Star Wars Twitter accounts said, hey, we have a new character. We're excited. Be nice to her. And don't be racist. And these people are so goddamn butthurt over it. This is insane.
Story groups.
Operation Get Behind the Darkies.
Yeah, Get Behind the Darkies.
You are Operation Get Behind the Darkies.
Yes, and that's what they do with these people, these poor actors. I am sick of it. They're probably sick of it. People in my chat are sick of it.
Well, you know what? Instead of, like, doing this coded defending the racism thing, just call it out. Say racism bad. Don't do this thing where, like, you either do this thing where you're defending it outright, or you're saying it's bad, but then I'm going to go ahead and defend it anyway, and deflect into the fucking Chinese poster thing, because it's all you fucking got.
They're giving themselves cover.
They're giving themselves cover for when this show gets... This sucks. This is going to...
You know, and lots of people were yelling about how, hey, anytime somebody criticizes the show, they get called racist. When the fact is, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen any receipts for that. What I have seen is people getting called racist when they make a racist argument against the show. That's what I've seen. You know, there might be one or two, like, fringe cases. But no, as a general rule, people aren't getting called racist for criticizing the show. People are getting called racist when they make racist comments about Moses Ingram or something in the... Well, I can't even think of... That's the thing. When you say, I don't like Moses Ingram because she's a woke character, the only thing that's fucking woke about her is that she's a black woman. So when you say, I don't like Moses Ingram because she's a woke character, you're saying, I don't like Moses Ingram because she's black. And that's a fucking racism.
Going to be terrible.
I'm not going to say it, but this is not a good sign.
This is not a good sign. We've seen this time and time again. They're priming the pumps.
Yes, because they've seen the racist attacks time and time again.
They're getting out in front.
Getting it in people's heads that, all these racist Star Wars fans. All of these are racist Star Wars fans. And they've had article after article after article. And keep in mind, there is nothing negative about it. Lucasfilm took an actor like John Boyega, who should have been a Jedi, and they made him a janitor.
Well, that's true. Rise of Skywalker really fucked up his character. It seemed like they had an idea for him, but they didn't do it. Rise of Skywalker was a shit show.
He was nothing. He was the comic relief. He was their what? Step and fetch it for the series. I'll say it. I don't care anymore. What are they going to do? Cancel me? What are they going to do? Throw me off of YouTube? And then I can say it twice as much. They made him their step and fetch it for the series instead of a Jedi, and we're the racists? Are you kidding me? I am so sick of this. I am so sick of them using this as an excuse, and I'm so sick of these lazy, childish, butthurt people.
You're the one that seems really butthurt right now. Oh, you're really butthurt over people, like, saying facts. It's really, really weird.
Going to, you're racist, when they don't have any actual reasonable argument because they're too stupid to know what they're talking about. This has been a rant.
Well, that article you're bringing up, it doesn't even bring up racism. All it's saying is, hey, we need more diversity in a galaxy far, far away. Cool, I'm behind that, sure. What's wrong with that? Can you give me an argument against that? That's the problem. You're not giving an argument against that. You're just saying, why are you calling people racist? It's not. It's just saying we need more diversity in Star Wars. That's all that's saying.
It works for a while. I'm sorry I've been a little off my game, but I'm just sick of this stuff. I don't want to be angry about this all the time anymore, too. That's why we're doing the new channel. Go ahead over and subscribe to Back to Las Vegas. It's my new channel that I haven't started up yet, that I just announced today, where none of this is going to be negative. No culture war, no Star Wars, no Star Trek. No. Well, I mean, I might cover the Star Trek convention there. Maybe. But there's not going to be, it's just going to be fun things that we can do to escape people like Lucasfilm and Disney using us, using our outrage to market their garbage properties that pander to our nostalgia.
Using your outrage. Here's an idea. If you don't want them to use your outrage, don't get outraged over just people saying don't be assholes and don't be racist. I'm not outraged by that. If you're outraged by that, that tells me something about you.
That grift our hard-earned dollars, our nostalgia dollars, that steal money from us when they demand we talk about and be outraged and watch. Because I'm going to watch this for free. I'm going to watch it for free. I'm going to watch it for free, and I'm going to riff it, I'm going to make fun of it, and we're going to cut it into funny commercials, just like we did Book of Boba Fett, or Book of Halo Mandalorian, whatever the crap it was. Right? Obi-Wan is going to be the most diverse thing. And so here we go. So they're...
What is your problem? State your issue with that. You probably don't want to, because you might actually hit upon a racism there. You might actually say a racism. You're just like, oh, I'm offended they said this. Why? Why would you be offended by that?
They're playing the race game. But this is all just, yeah, you're on fire. You're great. You're stunning. You're brave. You're amazing. You're beautiful. It's all flames and hearts. They love her. And there's no reason...
This is so obnoxious. So Disney is saying, don't be racist, and they're saying, hey, they're trying to trigger us, so we're going to get triggered. Guys, if you're genuinely against Disney, don't let them trigger you. Just don't fucking talk about it. But you're looking for that cold, hard YouTube cash, so you're going to fucking talk about it, and you're going to act triggered because, hey, that gets the views, right? Doing the dog whistle coded racist thing, which a lot of these videos don't do particularly well. It's pretty out in the open. Yeah, that gets the views.
To dislike this, I don't know this woman. She's probably fine. I don't know anything about her. Her name's Moses Ingram. But don't come to me like I have an issue with you when I don't want to see Obi-crapping-Wan Kenobi turned into Logan. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a broken hero trope. I don't want to see... I just don't want to see it. Obi-Wan Kenobi was the wise old space monk. Here.
Yeah, but he wasn't born that.
Go on about how cool Obi-Wan was.
He was the mentor. He was the wise old space monk. He knew... He was the guy who's seen everything. He'd seen war. He'd seen peace. He'd seen, the galaxy at its brightest and its darkest, and he'd seen the Jedi rise and not rise, but He saw their fall.
Yep, and we've never seen Obi-Wan at this point in his history, and it makes sense. I've already been over it. I don't need to repeat myself.
You know, he was the old saying, I'm a man of peace. I'm done killing. You know, so Obi-Wan.
What in this series made you think he's not a man of peace? He's trying to hide.
He was the last light of the Jedi before Luke.
Oh, well, outside of Yoda, too. You're forgetting about that.
So, to turn him into a failure and a hero, and rather than a hero.
Yeah, I hate when characters have to develop. I hate when characters have down times and have to recover from them. I want all heroes to just be happy. Obi-Wan should have just been a series about Obi-Wan sitting in a cave, fapping about how awesome the Jedi are. That's what the Obi-Wan series should have been. No development at all. Just him in that cave. Just all happy about how the Jedi are. That'd be great.
And then they're going to completely disregard the whole Luke Skywalker thing again. So we have these new rumors.
What's the Luke Skywalker thing? You talk about him and Mara Jade. Yeah, they're probably not going to cover that in the fucking Obi-Wan series.
Rumors coming out that they're going to set Kathleen Kennedy up to be the great savior of Star Wars or something, just to send Pablo Hidalgo off to be. Is that what it was? What's the gist of the
Pablo Hidalgo? What the fuck are you talking about?
The latest rumors that I'm so tired of hearing about.
Kathleen Kennedy, they are setting up Pablo Hidalgo to take the fall for Kathleen Kennedy, according to a rumor we've heard. Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
And
I don't think they're
preemptively launching this campaign in the Access Media to puff up Kathleen Kennedy.
Here's the thing. They don't need to admit it fails, because they have this.
Because it did well. It was the biggest premiere they ever had. Why would they admit it failed when it did well?
The whole putting somebody with they're never going to admit failure. She says, as she remembers, yes, they are going to admit failure. Lucasfilm is not going to admit failure. Some of the articles are. Lucasfilm isn't. But you read that article the other day, right? Okay, we're going to segue into that one. Lucasfilm is never going to admit failure. They're never going to fire Pablo Hidalgo publicly. He'll be let go quietly behind the scenes somewhere, if he is, in a completely unceremonious little something. And he'll probably throw a stink about it on Twitter. He's a Lucasfilm Story Group babysitter or something. I don't even know what he does. He changes their diapers, something like that. I don't know. And this is where they get all of their diversity dinosaurs and that big whiteboard that said diversity 17 times and space dinosaurs and stuff. All the little children.
Yeah, how dare they want those things. Okay, so is this some sort of leak thing? Okay, so what is this even? I don't even know what this is.
Children who don't know how to write, who now are in charge of writing Star Wars, right? They're never going to do anything that retcons this. Every single thing is leading to the First Order. Everything is leading to the sequel trilogy because that's under their ownership. There is no reason.
Yeah, I mean, they could retcon it. Is that what you want? I mean, I won't hold your breath. That's a big ask.
Reason for them to erase those. There is no reason for them to, seriously, we're still giving them money. There is no reason for them to do.
Warning, this video is getting awfully close to becoming political.
The old school Star Wars fans are going to still sit there and watch it. We're still going to sit there and I'm not going to give them my money, but enough of us are going to give them their money that they're going to make some money off of it. We're still buying toys. We're still buying figures, some of us. I think my last one was the Baby Yoda, to be honest, that big Baby Yoda. But, some of us still are buying stuff. And if these shows are halfway decent or halfway acceptable, they're gonna still keep making them because we're still talking about them. We're still making them. We're still giving it enough attention. This is a culture war thing now, so you're gonna get like the wokier than thous jumping in and watching this anyway just to spite you. Just to spite.
People watching it just to spite you. You've already said you're going to watch it, and essentially you've already admitted you're going to watch it and riff on it, so you're going into it hate watching it. You're not going into it with an open mind. I'm cool if you watch it and you go, oh, I don't like this. Because there are not great things in the Obi-Wan series. In fact, I'll go into it into my next video. Let's see. Let's let them finish. They got like 20 seconds left in this draggy ass video.
So that's where the comparison is. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully I explained that well enough in my state. I am Mecha, and now we're going to talk about the only people who are going to admit this is a failure. Don't you go anywhere.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I've not watched one of her or their videos before. That was really bad though. So I'm not gonna be commenting any more Obi-Wan videos. I was gonna do that Star Wars girl, but that ended up getting deleted mainly because I saw the quartering clip where he calls it not racist, and I had to cover it. MechaRandom's been somebody who's been requested of me, so it's good to hit up that one too. This is gonna be a longer video, but I think it's good to hit up those ones. We really see the narrative these guys spit out. They are the ones essentially conflating all Star Wars fans with racist. Star Wars Twitter calls out racism, and they say don't call all Star Wars fans racist, when the Twitter didn't call all Star Wars fans racist. They just called out racism. It's these people with this narrative that are calling Star Wars fans racist, and I disagree with that. I'm a Star Wars fan. I would like to think I'm not racist. If you're a real Star Wars fan, you should be arguing against these people. Listen, Obi-Wan has its issues. If you want to do a critique of Obi-Wan, that's fine. Just don't do a racist one. Don't do a racist one and you won't get called a fucking racist. It's as simple as that. So for the final video in this series, episode 9, I'm actually not going to do a video reaction, which is kind of why I piled the 3 in here. I am going to go ahead and just give my rant. I'm going to kind of break my rule. Most of the time when people ask me for just review, I'm like, I talk about it on the podcast. Go to the podcast. Now, for the next episode and the final episode in the Obi-Wan series, I'm going to just do my rant. I'm going to talk about my initial reactions to the Obi-Wan series, my issues with it, and what I like about it. And then I'm going to talk about this narrative that's been spun that we've been seeing over this is the 8th video that we've seen over this whole series I've done. It's rather interesting. I'm going to go over my whole thoughts on the whole thing. So yeah, that should be a fun thing to talk about. And then if you want, the week after that, we're going to have my podcast, where I talk about the Obi-Wan series as a whole, where I've had a chance to actually rewatch at that point. So watch the podcast for my full thoughts on Obi-Wan. Also watch it for the Garbage and Tears for Fears album ranking that came out yesterday. So yeah, got some fun stuff coming up on the channel. Be sure to check it out.
They think order and chaos are somehow opposites and try to control what won't be.
I used to fuck guys like you in prison.